Ugh. Time to wash the hair. Hey y'all, welcome to A Charming Southern Mess. This week we are going to talk about teachers. I thought this was appropriate since everyone seems to be starting back to school. It has been a little while since I've been in school, but there were many teachers that were wonderful to me, that helped educate me, that helped pick me up when I was down, that encouraged me to chase my dreams. But there were also some teachers that, well, they were memorable for other reasons. And I'm talking about not good reasons. Ugh. They didn't teach me how to wash my hair though. So today we're going to talk about 6 kind of teachers that were not so great. First type of teacher, the lazy bum. This teacher quit being a teacher a long time ago. You can probably find them in the teacher's lounge, eating somebody else's food out of the fridge. I once had a teacher who literally gave us a multiple choice ABCD test the day before he actually administered the test, gave us all the correct answers, and then told us to memorize those answers. Even went as far to teach us the technique of starting words in a sentence with each letter. So you would have this sentence memorized. So literally I was memorizing letters instead of memorizing information. What am I learning here? This teacher also is the type that will write 4 steps on the board, and literally all 4 steps are the same thing, and that's all you do the entire class. 1, read chapter 4. 2, read silently. Those are the same thing. 3, take your test. 4, switch with your neighbor and grade each other's test. So they literally don't have to grade tests. They don't have to think at all. All they have to do is photocopy tests and then find the answers in the back of the book. Number 2, the Spanish Sparkle, or any type of secondary language teacher. These types of teachers usually take their job very seriously. I don't speak much Spanish, but I actually took 6 semesters of Spanish. So I should actually be able to speak Spanish pretty fluently, but that's not the case, sadly. When you're in Spanish class, your teacher wants you to speak in Spanish the entire time. The one phrase I remember from Spanish class is "Cómo se dice?" That means, how do you say? Because I would be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She would say, "Español, español." "Cómo se dice?" Gotta use the toilet. I mean, that's all I have. And then, if I have to speak in conversation, it was always, "Me llamo Brooke. ¿Dónde estás?" Alabama. I got my name and where I'm from down pat. But besides that, my anxiety took over in Spanish class so badly. I actually had a Spanish teacher in college give me an F for participation, which was 10% of my grade, because she said my southern accent was too strong. She teaches Spanish in Birmingham, Alabama. What does she expect? She's not in Columbia anymore. Number 3, the kid eater. This teacher is so uptight that she has a ruler stuck so far up her behind that she can't bend over. She hates children and lives to embarrass every single one of them in her class. One thing she wants you to know is that she is smarter than you are, or than you'll ever be, honestly. She also wants you to know that she's large and in charge. If you sneeze in her class, you get in trouble for interrupting her most interesting lesson. She will also call you by name every single time and belittle you as much as she can. Brooke, do you speak out of turn at home? Your parents should have taught you better. Brooke, do you know the answer to this question? Well, you have a little bit of that right, but you are not completely right, so you are wrong. Do not sneeze. You interrupted me, and that is rude. What? Number 4, the cool teacher. This could be a male or female. They make learning cool because you can relate to it. They will definitely make a pop culture reference, so you know that they're current and they're up in their pop culture. Do not be surprised if they reference Jay-Z and Beyonce and they use a B lyric when explaining part of the reproductive system. So Beyonce called Jay-Z up and said, "Tonight I'm gonna dance with you." And then Jay-Z responded and said, give it to me." And then Oxytocin was released. Blue Ivy was born. That's how reproduction works, people. They will most definitely probably give you a high five like a boss. They will probably show up to class a little hungover occasionally, and this might result in a movie day. I used to love movie days. Do they still have those anymore? Like, we had VHS tapes and VCRs. Hashtag old. Number 5, the It's All About Me teacher. This teacher starts off class teaching the subject that they intend on teaching, but then somehow they start talking about themselves intertwined with the subject, and before you know it, it turns into a living biography. They do this in order to relate to the subject, but somehow it takes a turn and you end up learning way too much about your teacher. And that's how the marketplaces work in Mexico. I went to Mexico once, and the marketplaces were beautiful. My husband and I went there. We didn't have a fantastic time because we got in a fight and then we missed our flight back, so we had to stay, and then a tsunami came. But tsunamis don't come that often in Mexico. But when it did, it was terrible. By the end of that trip, my husband and I were ready for a divorce. This will most definitely not be on your test tomorrow. Number 6, the weirdo. You can literally see the crazy in this teacher's eyes. You aren't sure if you're in history class or if you're in a warped version of Criminal Minds. And really, most everything they say or do comes out creepy and perverted. Many wars, fighting, very bad things, boom, blood everywhere, so much fighting. Fighting with big guns. Big guns. No, 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 no. This looks like Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black, and the Grinch had a baby, and now he's teaching you about World War II. They definitely make you feel uncomfortable. You might see them many years from now on Facebook getting arrested for some really weird crime. These teachers are also usually weirdly monotoned, but creepy. So creepy. That's it. I hope you got a laugh out of this. Teachers are wonderful. I'm so happy for all the teachers out there that teach our children and mold our future. But I hope everybody got a kick out of this video and can relate to it somehow. We've all had those teachers. But thank you, teachers, for all you do. I hope everybody has a fantastic school year. Good luck. I haven't been in school for so long. I wouldn't even know what it's like. Thank you guys for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next week. Bye, y'all. Tonight I'm gonna dance with you.